Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, by the time of doing this video, the senators were preparing to cast their votes either in favor of the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua or against. But in this video, I want us to focus on the dramatic impeachment process we witnessed today and yesterday. Because one thing I know for sure is that the outcome of this process is already predetermined. I've listened to the senators making their presentation and I've tried counting. For Rigathi Gachagua to be saved, he must, on his side, get at least more than a third. We have 67 senators. That would mean for the bill to go through, William Ruto and his team will only require 45 senators. Rigathi Gachagua might be forced to require 23. I'm not so sure whether he can be able to get those numbers. But today was so dramatic.
45 sabbatical 6 is clear, and I do not want to take time of this August House Senate. Going back to it, it applies, and I would plead with you and with honorable senators to give us until Tuesday to see whether the deputy president will be well enough. No one decides when to get sick and when not to get sick. I am sure many honorable senators here will have a story of their shock because of having spent an evening with somebody, then the following day they hear that the person is gone. Yet that person was looking good and healthy. Let's be humane. Let's be compassionate. Tuwe na utu kidogo. Through you, let me recognize the right of this honorable Senate to decide any issue, any question put to it democratically, which, Mr. Speaker, is what has happened. Arising from that decision of this honorable Senate, Mr. Speaker, we as the legal team representing the Deputy President are not able to continue appearing without instructions. So we humbly and with a lot of respect take your leave, Mr. Speaker, and the leave of this honorable House. Thank you.
So in this video, I want us to just try and analyze the events today and maybe yesterday. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the discussion in Kenya today is about who is going to be the next deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. And from all indications, William Ruto is keen on naming a new deputy president, even by tomorrow, just to stop Rigathi Gachagua from pursuing any legal redress. But that analysis is coming tomorrow. For now, let me just randomly talk about a few things I observed today. Number one, this impeachment was actually a political process. It is very clear that this impeachment was not about those charges against Rigathi Gachagua. Some of those charges cannot even qualify to remove a chief from office. But Rigathi Gachagua is going home. And because this is a political process, it means even if Rigathi Gachagua was innocent, whether these charges, from whichever angle you looked at them, were not going to hold. I've listened to the Nyamira senator because I was keen on specific senators, Nyamira senator. And I was shocked. He's clinging on to Rigathi Gachagua's children as the reason why he's going to vote to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. If you listened to the proceedings, that did not feature much. In fact, in this particular circumstance, the government side would have brought the family, but that did not happen. But the thing is, this process is actually a political process which must achieve a political outcome. And the political outcome is that Rigathi Gachagua must go home. So that's number one. The second thing, which is also very clear, is that Rigathi Gachagua is also aware that this process is actually a political process. And he created the drama for politics. I'm 100% sure that Rigathi Gachagua was not sick. He just wanted drama to achieve certain political objectives. So Rigathi Gachagua was keen on achieving one main objective. He wanted to prove to Kenyans that this process had a predetermined outcome. And that's why yesterday, his team, you could see how they were being handled. The evidence, and now he's sick, he's in hospital. These guys are rushing. He just wanted to expose that to Kenyans. He wanted to tell Kenyans that all this process are politically instigated. Because remember, the deputy president was actually expected to defend himself. He was expected to be cross-examined. In an ordinary circumstance, there is no way this matter would have proceeded without Rigathi Gachagua. Still, there's time tomorrow, again, even on Saturday. But it has to be rushed because William Ruto is piling pressure. The senators they are like 10 days, which will end on Saturday. Number three, which is very sad, is that William Ruto and the government side has strategically managed to revive a wedge between the Luo community and the Kikuyu community. If you go online today, the comments will actually shock you. Why? Because National Assembly decided that in their wisdom, Otienda Molo and James Orengo. Orengo is a great lawyer, but he's the governor for Siaya. There are pressing issues in Siaya to be solved, not at the Senate. She has a senator. She has so many lawyers. But Orengo chose yesterday and today to be at the Senate. So most people are seeing the presence of Orengo as the presence of Raila Odinga. Otiende Amolo the same. And these were some of the people who are passionately executing this particular matter. Of course, there's also Pondo Kaloma. Why is it that we are not seeing Kikuyu lawyers giving Rigathi Gachagua hell? Why? So they've strategically or successfully managed to do that. Because by creating that wedge, it means it will be easier now. If the Kikuyu nation will dump Ruto, then it will be easier now to rally the Luos around Ruto. And that's a sad situation. And it did not just begin today. It began sometimes back, when now there was these people who were really pressing the candidate of the Djibouti guy in the AU, and people started praying for Raila Odinga to be defeated. Those were the work of the system. And sometimes I just wish Kenyans can understand, because some of us were in a very awkward situation. Because, for example, on this channel, the biggest support I get are from my brothers from the Kikuyu Nation. I don't know whether, but I hope it's not going to happen. This kind of revival of the tribal sentiments would even apply on this platform. On this platform, we'll just focus on analysis. But the system is keen on that revival. Number 4, it is also very clear that William Ruto is a good student of politics. He entered into this move with boldness. William Ruto, from the onset, was determined to send Rigathi Gachagua home. Very clear from the onset. And he practiced the 48 laws of power. One of them, which tells us that you must destroy your enemy completely. By the time Kenyans will be waking up tomorrow, Rigathi Gachagua would be an ordinary Kenyan. Shall have gone to the village in Nyamira, in Madeira, as an ordinary Kenyan. Because just like I was telling you the other day, that one of them, either Ruto or Rigathi, was going to give way. So the only person who was going to give way was Rigathi Gachagua, because Ruto is in power. But importantly, if you ask me, this whole impeachment process is also working in favor of Rigathi Gachagua as far as his ambitions are concerned. And that's why it will be very important to understand Rigathi Gachagua's game plan after this impeachment process. It will be very, very important. Very, very important. His game plan after the impeachment process. Because the mountain might actually decide to rally around Rigathi Gachagua. So how will they react to the new deputy president? Whether he is appointed from the mountain or not. And lastly, I'm also convinced that the drama we witnessed today is Rigathi Gachagua's game plan to continue pursuing legal redress. They were trying to create some avenues and some room to explore court process. So let us wait and see. Because Rigathi Gachagua has already filed, I think, 29 court cases, all of which have actually been thrown out. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Let me go and follow the voting, how it's going on. Then that's going to begin. That's going to be our first video tomorrow. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.